not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
to light right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And isn't it interesting how things just line up, things just happen. And numbers have meanings. Life has meanings. Every little thing, every nuance has a meaning. Right here, in this moment. So pay attention. The universe is talking to you. I was just noticing something on a license plate, and I was sharing that, wow, that's an indicator to me. That numbers change, and those numbers are clues. So where are you seeing repeated numbers? Where are you seeing messages in the sky? Where are you seeing colors? Maybe there's prisms, colorful prisms that appear in your house from the sunlight. What is the message there? Why is it showing up? What is the universe looking to show you, tell you, express to you? How are they making connections with you? I was having a really great conversation with one of my phone sessions. She's not local here in South Florida. She's in another state. And her partner recently passed about a year ago. And their year anniversary is this month in June. And so she was saying to me how she just recently was noticing these past couple of months a number that was very important to this individual, to her partner. And she shared with me the number 444. So she was seeing 44, 44444, 4444, all these different four combinations. And everywhere she looked, she was seeing this. And she's like, wow, how could that be? And, you know, many of us in the spiritual community, we will look at 444 and we will say, oh, it's an angel number. It aligns us with the angels. And yes, that's true. But let's use her example as a synchronicity that's more personal than it's an angel number. You see, his number was 44. He was aligned to that. That was an important number in his life. And now we approach his 1-year anniversary. A few months prior, she began to see these numbers. And as we approach the 1-year anniversary, the veil, the connection between him and her, separate from heaven and earth, but is a thinner way for him to connect to her because there's not as much static. And this is true for everyone around the birthday and the anniversary of the person who's passed. This is a pivotal time for them to be able to come through. And so 444 is not just an angel number in her case. It was a message from him that he was with her, that he could see her, that he was connecting with her. And then another time she was thinking about some things important having to do with them, and she walked out and there was a rainbow. And I believe she said it was a double rainbow. Now, you could say, but Sarah, there was going to be a rainbow. Maybe. Or maybe not. Because how often do you see a double rainbow? How often, when you're thinking about someone, do you walk out and there's a rainbow, but it's not predicted? Not predicted because there's not enough moisture. It didn't just finish raining and now the rainbow is forming. The environment around the atmosphere was apparently not conducive to create a rainbow, but she had a rainbow right there, off her property, just as a message. So maybe you get in the car and you hear a song and it makes you think of the person. Maybe you're talking to someone like me, and as a person who connects to the other side, who gets to share the experience of bringing them through, I begin to mention or sing a song that maybe your mother, your father, your grandmother used to sing with you. I wouldn't know that, but that's evidence. That's their way of transmitting through to all of us so that we know that they're with us, and nothing is just something that happens. Let me repeat that. Nothing is just something that happens. Everything is happening for a reason. Every single experience that you have is guiding you to bring you to connect to angels, to guides, to loved ones, even to your pets who have passed. You know, I talk to a lot of people who've lost their pets. You've heard the conversations right here live on the air. A few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I believe, Steve, one of our callers who's been listening to the show for a very long time, his dog had just passed. Now, I know that his dog will come through for him. I know it will. I know that my dog came through so that I knew that he was okay. They're always going to give us a message. There's always a clue. But here's what happens in the land of synchronicities. We are not paying attention. We are not noticing what we need to notice because we are too distracted with everything else going on. You see, being in the flow, following synchronicities, being aligned is all about just being relaxed. Yeah, how many of us are getting a chance to relax? Driving in your car, you're stressed, you're agitated, you're rushing. But are you taking it in? Are you looking off into the distance? Are you noticing what's going on around you? Besides the cars and the traffic, obviously we're going to keep our eye on the road. But maybe you look over and there's a license plate. You see, I always pay attention to that. Is that a number that means something to me? Is that number someone's birthday? Is that an old address for me? What does that number bring to me? Because what are the odds that I'd be cruising down the highway and look over and see my father's birthday? Slim to none, but there it would be, 720. What are the odds? And I always go to this, that when I decided to make a change in radio companies and moved on over here, when all the things were kind of going on, and changes way back in 2015, 16, and we were getting ready to grow where I was, and then changes came a few years later and pushed me off into this station, right? So there's always a journey. What are the odds that the person who's talking to me and working to produce my show's birthday, it has my birthday on their license plate? I take that as a sign. And why do I take that as a sign? Because that's what shows me I'm on track. And when those things begin to change, then that's another message to me. That things are not on track, that things need to move in a different direction. I pay attention to those things. I notice what I notice so that I can be in the flow. So pay attention to the music that's playing. Maybe don't just be so locked in on what you think you want to hear on one of your apps. You know, there was a different way of things unfolding for us, a little less directed. Like when you tune into a radio station, you're flipping through the stations, you never know what you're going to get. And often you notice that when you're driving from one part of a state to another. Recently, I was driving from the east coast of Florida to the west coast of Florida, and the stations that I listen to here on the east coast, well, they don't carry through all the way across through Alligator Alley, I'll tell you, so I had to find myself another station. But in the process, I'm like, oh, listen to this station. That's interesting music. Oh, listen to this song. I haven't heard that song in a long time. And then you hear that song, and what does it do? It makes you remember, where were you at the time of the song? What was going on in your life? And some of the randomness that was constantly around us is not as accessible because we're very set in our ways, and we're listening to our apps, and we're tuning in on YouTube, and we don't have the opportunity to have as many random songs to prompt us. We don't have the opportunity to pay attention to what's going on around us outside because when you see someone walking down the street, what are they doing? It's a wonder more people don't get run over. They're looking at their phones. Walking, looking down at their phones. So how are you going to see a rainbow? how are you going to notice the cardinal that's on the light post that's looking down at you? You might not. Now, when the universe wants to give you a sign, when your loved ones on the other side want to give you a sign, then yes, you know what they're going to do? They're going to try to make it obvious because we are special here on Earth. Well, you don't always pay attention. But what if you were more settled? Imagine yourself in a more relaxed state. Imagine just sitting outside somewhere and just taking it all in. Many of us here in South Florida, we have a way to sit outside and not be in the heat, but have a little screened-in porch. I'm sure people all across the country have that as well. But here in Florida, we get to take advantage of it more months of the year than others may. And I remember sitting on my back porch talking about an owl. And then not 10 minutes later, an owl appeared on the Buddha statue that I have outside my little screened-in porch and sat on the Buddha's head and literally looked my way. Was that a synchronicity, a coincidence, or a friendly owl? Could have been a friendly owl, but most likely not. Because the way the owl came, the way it sat, the way it directed itself was all about getting my attention. And that it heard me. You see, and owls are very mystical, magical animals. They can see beyond. Through the darkness, they can see laser-like focus. They can pierce through the veil of spirit. And they know. And they represent the darkness into the light. They have a powerful strength with them. Now, I can go back and I can always tell you exactly where I am. And I'm sharing this with you because I would love for you to pay more attention. Because I go back in time and I remember 2012. Now, 2012 for the spiritual community was supposedly a big one. We've been getting ready for the big one for a very long time. But we have been going through a transformation. And so in 2012, there was a lot going on. I had my center. I've had my center for quite a while already. We were there for already about 6 years, right? So I was already at my center. I had all sorts of things that were going on, a lot of personal changes, things I was navigating. And all of a sudden I heard the strangest noise. And it was like a machine gun, but softer. And it was against the house. I was like, what was that? It's like, brrr. I go, what? And then it happened again. And so I peeked my head out of my house. I was in a different house at the time. And there's a woodpecker just banging away. And I thought, well, that's strange. Little red-headed, tipped woodpecker, beautiful. So I did what any spiritual person would have done back in that time. And I went and dug into my Animal Speak book and looked up what a woodpecker meant. And it talked about change and the changing of the rhythm. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. It's right on point. And so I would say I saw the woodpecker several times for a while, and then no woodpeckers. No woodpeckers anywhere to be found. Was that the woodpecker moved, took their family, decided to move uptown? What was the story? No, the woodpecker came to give me a message and needed to be obvious for me to see. Around that time, there was a bunny that just kept appearing in my yard. Not the kind of area where I'm going to have a lot of bunnies running around. Yeah, there was some wooded area, but not expecting to see a bunny. There was a bunny. Happy little bunny. That was a message. Went to my Animal Speak book, looked it up, got the message. And then things got a little quiet. Fast forward. Now I'm seeing an owl Now I'm seeing ducks. Now I'm seeing wild geese, right? Now there's all different types of birds coming around, cardinals right there, and they all have meaning. Now I could sit there and say, wow, it's such a pretty place, and look at all the birds. And of course I say that because I'm in great appreciation of nature, and I love the beauty, as I would wish you all would take the time to do. And then there I am, sitting in my room, drinking my morning coffee. Thank God for coffee. And right behind my head, on the side of my house, I hear brrr, brrr. I was like, oh my goodness, now I know the sound. I'm like, that's a woodpecker. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, hello, how are you, woodpecker? Now I look over on the other side, outside my screened-in area, and there's the bird feeder, and later on the woodpecker goes and hangs out by the bird feeder. I thank the woodpecker for the message. Whenever you get a message, please thank the universe. Even if you don't know what it means, thank them for something that's obvious, because they are trying to get your attention. Now, next day, I'm in a different room and I'm doing my phone readings. Some days I am doing phone readings for people out of state. I'm not at the center. And there I am. I'm on the phone, talking. And right behind me, right behind my head as I'm on the phone, what do I hear? Durr, durr. I hear that banging again, and there's the woodpecker. I was like, oh, the rhythm of life is changing. There's a change coming. Something's getting ready to happen. So I notice what I notice, and I take it in. But then it gets stranger. I come here to the studio a few days later on a Wednesday night, and as I'm doing my monologue, what do I hear outside the window? And I even had to ask my producer, what's going on here? Because I heard this strange noise. Because as I'm doing my monologue, right behind me I hear, brrr. Now, either my woodpecker followed me from my house, took a ride on my car, which I'm thinking it didn't happen, or there's another woodpecker right around here, which I was told by my producer that, yes, they have a woodpecker here. And it was banging on the side of the building. First of all, the nerve of it to make noise when I'm doing my monologue, but it was a message. And it's showing me that there are shifts and changes, and not everything's always directed just to you personally. It's changes in the world, things we need to be aware of, things we need to change. You see, one thing I've learned, which isn't the easiest lesson for many of us, is that nothing can stay the same. We can't keep doing the same thing. We need it to change. We need to change the rhythm of life, the rhythm of how you handle your day, right? The rhythm of a production. You've got to change something. Otherwise, it just doesn't come together. It loses that oomph. And there comes the woodpecker telling me, hey, let's make a shift. Let's do something different. Let's step out of the box. Let's, drum roll please, make a change. And so I pay attention. Your loved ones are looking for you. They are asking you to pay attention. The lovely lady I was talking to the other day, the one whose loved one on the other side's number is 44, and she had seen a rainbow, she also told me that she was looking up in the clouds, and suddenly, as she looked up, in an instant, there was a cloud formation. She's like, oh, could that have been my imagination? Heck no, that's not your imagination. That is a message. I've talked to other people where they walked out of their place of work and there was a word in the sky. Clear as day. They snapped the picture so they have proof that they're not crazy. And when clouds make these formations quickly, they usually dissipate in a little bit. So you do have to pay attention. And I ask you to take it in before you rush to take out your camera. Because they're not looking for you to really snap the picture. The picture's for us, like, oh, I can't believe this. Wait till I show my friends. They want you. They want you to be in the moment with them. And to take it in. To feel the message. To understand. You're not alone. They're trying to get your attention. And when they do get your attention, they want you to remember that moment. Because not only is that moment confirmation that you're not alone and that they're communicating with you, your angels, your guides, your loved ones, or God, the universe. Sometimes you'll see someone's face in the clouds. You're like, oh my God, I saw someone who looked just like my father or my mother, or that looks like my dog. So many times I've looked in the sky and saw clouds that look like a dog. Every once in a while, it forms a particular dog. And one time I looked up and, I had a Bichon. Bichons have got this little puffy little groomed little head and their little puffy little stocky little bodies, and they're all white. And it really looked like the face of a Bichon. So I knew it was my dog. Someone could say it's just a cloud formation, and maybe they didn't see a dog, but it doesn't matter. I saw the dog. They're getting your attention. Well, I'm glad I have your attention here tonight on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We're going to go to take our commercial. When we come back, I'm going to continue this conversation. And then we're going to pop on over to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. Broadcasting from the H2 Ocean Studios. Your natural sea mineral-based healing product since 2001. Burns, cuts, dry eyes, oral care, hair care, reef-safe sun care, and even pet care. H2 Ocean has you covered. Online at h2ocean.com. That's h2ocean.com. We are South Florida's home for the true oldies channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, Participate in one of my spiritual development classes and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love me, hold the answer.
Yes, indeed. We are here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And we're looking forward to your phone calls at 866-972-7247. Synchronicities. Universe is talking to you. And sometimes things just fall into place. And we don't know how that happens. There's an opportunity for you to notice what you notice. To talk to your loved ones on the other side and ask them to give you a sign. I don't know if it was last week or the week or 2 weeks before that. But I just love talking to people, and when I'm able to connect and the loved one on the other side is able to transmit to me, sometimes it's not as easy as people think. It's not like, oh, let me look. Oh, there's grandma. It doesn't quite work like that. But when you look and their energy is there and dominant, and then I love when they transmit to me visuals. They transmit. I remember I was talking to someone and we're talking about sewing. There's a sewing box. Oh, my mother was a great seamstress. She could sew and make anything. I wouldn't know that. But there we were. There we were, making that connection because that little picture in my mind was exactly what she needed to know, my caller here on the show, that their loved one was with them. And however else the conversation unfolded. And then we went to the next caller. Well, maybe you're not working on developing your connection in the way that I do it. And that's not for everyone, although we all could make a connection if we really applied ourselves. It could take some time, but you can. But what I'm asking you to do, what your guides and angels are asking you to do, what God is asking you to do, is to pay attention. Please pay attention. Please notice what you notice. Please feel their presence. Please talk to them. Talk to your guides. Talk to your angels. Talk to God. Even if it's a statement such as, I don't know and I need guidance, an answer will come. And you have to change how you talk to yourself. That has been something else that I have recognized in sitting across from so many people. People I know personally, people I read. And that's been a lot of people. They talk about things and they talk about things that make them upset, or what they don't want to have happen, or what they're afraid to have happen. And we all have fears. We all have concerns. And in today's world, it's easy to get caught up in that. And a world that's ever changing, there's so much moving forward. And many of us are used to the way things were, and there's change coming, more change coming. So we're all kind of holding on to things, remnants of the past, that we don't want to let go of. But you've got the power to make a change if you just pay attention. Pay attention to what they share with you. When you ask for guidance, does someone come up with a great idea for you? Are you networking with people? You know, people are messengers too. It's not always a cloud formation, a rainbow. Oh, I saw 333, or I saw 1111, or I saw my father's birthday on a license plate. Those are great, and those are messages. But people bring you messages. You also need to learn to be quiet and listen. You know, I'm fortunate I have this platform to talk to all of you. I'm fortunate enough to talk to so many people on a daily basis. And so I do communicate on a regular basis. But I also know how to listen. And I listen. Not only do I listen to the words someone says, but I listen to the silence, the space between the words. Because that's where you hear God. That's where you hear the inspired idea. That's when you're talking to someone, you get that feeling like, oh, they're for real. They're being honest. Or, oh, they're being, I don't know, manipulative. You can feel that. But if you're just hanging on someone's every word, you're going to not really feel what you need to feel. You need to be in the energy. When I'm in a reading room with someone and I'll say something, all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, I just got God bumps. I got goosebumps. The hair just stood up on my arm. Why? Because we're speaking truth, and because they are being clairsentient. They're feeling the energy. They're taking it all in, and that's their confirmation that what I'm saying is what they need to hear, is what is right for them. I'm not here to convince anybody. It's up for you to receive the message and to make the choice. Make the choice to change. And then wait for the messages to come from heaven. And if you're talking about things you don't want to have happen, or what bothers you, angrily discussing what's going on with people, or who worked or didn't work and who doesn't do their job. You know, I hear these stories all the time. Oh my God, everyone at work isn't doing their job and I feel like I'm the only person, or frustrating with their new boss who doesn't know the system and now is trying to change everything. I hear it all. And I can tell you a lot of great places to work and a lot of places not to work. But we're all people, and none of us are perfect. But then if you're constantly spewing that conversation when you get home, if you're constantly talking about what's wrong in the government, and that makes you upset or angry, and I'm not saying that we don't have the right or we shouldn't feel frustrated by things we see that we disagree with, because there can be many, I'm sure. But you see it, you go, oh, that's not right. And then you need to bless it. You need to pray. You need to ask God to intervene. You cannot carry that anger with you into all your other conversations. Or get yourself all worked up. Jeez Louise. We could all be looking on our cell phones, get ourselves pretty worked up, just scrolling through. Because according to Facebook and Instagram, scroll, there's a horror story every other corner. Something's wrong somewhere. Or something bad's going to happen somewhere. Right? And maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Well, why do you want to be in that energy? It sucks you in and it drains your energy. Then you're not in the flow. Then you're not relaxed. Then you can't listen to the messages from the heavens. You can't notice the song that's playing. Or you can't sit across from someone like me and here I am sharing what I see and you're sitting there going, oh, that's not going to happen. All right, well, because you said it's not going to happen, then you're going to slow it up. I know what's going to happen. Right? So many people have said to me, when you said this to me, Sarah, I thought you were crazy. A lot of times I think I'm crazy too. But then they're like, but you know what happened? Yeah, I know, crazy happened. They're like, yeah, crazy happened. But it unfolded. Because I'm not blocking the flow. I'm letting it come to me. And I'm just saying what I see, saying what I feel. And when I see nothing or I feel nothing, then there's nothing there for me to feel, right? It is what they give me. But when you receive something, but then you want to be complaining and still hell-bent on what's going on with your partner or who's not doing what, then how are you going to make another life for yourself? Because when you start your day that way, when you end your day with that way, you are carrying anger with you. You are carrying a frequency that you do not want to carry with you because it's going to disrupt the blessings that are coming with you. If I could get on a loudspeaker and speak to the entire world, not just my radio audience here in South Florida, and share with everybody, well, thank God for, social media and our ability to transmit everywhere, but I would make sure everybody knew not to do that. You got to think. And then you've got to feel. And then you've got to allow. You're going to think an idea, you're going to feel the idea, and then you're going to let it unfold. You're going to ask your guides and your angels, help me, assist me, give me a sign. Your mom, your dad, your grandma, your aunt, your brother, your child, whoever's on the other side, they're going to let you know they're with you. They'll come in a dream. They'll come with their favorite song. They will show you. You'll see their name written in the sky, or their name on a billboard, or their birthday on a license plate. They will do that for you. It's a message. It says they heard you. I'm like, okay, what's the message going to do for me? Well, could you give it a chance? Could you run around in gratitude and be like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I saw a number that means something to me. I saw my birthday. I saw my dog in the sky. I saw a double rainbow. I saw a dragonfly. I saw a butterfly be birthed. There was a cardinal that kept coming to me at my window and wanted to get my attention. I just know it was my aunt. Somebody may say, well, it was just a bird. But what if you were just thinking about your aunt that morning, the day before? Maybe it's your aunt's birthday. What is a cardinal going to do coming up to your window and kind of just standing there and making sure it gets your attention and then continuing to look at you for a few minutes? That bird has other things to do. Don't flatter yourself. But when it's a message from the heavens, that bird's going to do exactly what it was sent to do. You see, what I love about nature, what I love about the things around us that are not quite as human as us, is they allow themselves to be conduits. The dog, the butterfly, the cat, the duck, the bird, the ostrich. They're all there showing us things. Don't underestimate them. Don't underestimate the playfulness of the squirrel. Don't underestimate the two doves that come together. Maybe you've been sitting there praying for a partner, praying, and then you go, oh, I guess I'm destined to be alone. Because I hear people say that too, and that's not true. Pray. Then I'm destined to be alone. Guess that's not in my life. But then all of a sudden you keep seeing these two doves. And they're right there. You've never had a dove in front of your house. Now we've got two doves that are together because they kind of stay together for life. They're just right there, partner to partner, nose to nose, making a happy little cozy little cooing little experience. What do you think that's about? That's about showing you, if you allow it, that love is coming. But then you're like, oh, I've got these two doves. Go look at Animals Speak book and look it up. The doves also pierce the shield of light between the day and the night. They pierce it. They're here in the morning. They birth a new day with you. Maybe you need a rebirth. These are the things I want you to pay attention to. And these are the things that I'd love to talk about with you here, live, on the True Oldies station, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. We're going to go to our phone lines in just a second. We also want you to leave your questions, your comments on Facebook and YouTube. If you're cruising down the highway and you're getting ready to pull into your driveway, you don't have to disconnect from us. We're here for the long ride. You know what you can do? Go in your house, get yourself settled, pop on YouTube, pop on Facebook, look for SarahSpiritual, and let's connect. But in this minute, before I go to commercial, I've got to take a call. I've got to go to someone who's not even in this country. That's what I just love about the universe. We're all connected. We're going to see if we still have her on. I want to go to Australia. I have my caller, Terry Ann, on the phone. So let's see if we can connect with Terry Ann and see what we've got. Terry Ann, how are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're sounding a little garbled. So it's not tonight for you, it's the next day, correct?
Yeah, it's not 9:30 in the morning,
Yeah. You know what, Terry Ann? We have like a really garbled connection. I really want to talk to you. Maybe, just maybe, we can have you disconnect, if you can, if that's all right, because I want to make sure you hear me, and then call back and see if we get a better connection. I'm going to go to commercial in the meantime, and then tally-ho, we're going to be connecting with you in Australia down under, okay? So you make another call. I'm going to go to commercial. Everyone stay with us. We'll be right back. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on the True Oldies station. See you in a minute. Bye for now.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Yes, indeed. Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation, right here on the True Oldies station in South Florida. We're just hanging out. A little hot down here, but hopefully you've got some beautiful weather wherever you are, and we're counting up to the big 4th of July celebration that's coming up. So I know everyone's getting ready for that. 250 years of great America. So we are all here to celebrate. And we are going to go back to our phone lines because from the US of A, I got to go down under. I got my friend Terry Ann from Australia on the line. Hopefully we have a better connection. Miss Terry Ann, how are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you, Sarah. Very well, thank you, doll. How are
Great.
you?
Great. Good to connect with you, Terry Ann. This is really a very interesting time for you. I want you to embrace it as this clean slate, this new beginning, this opening of transformation for you, ability to be stable. Stability is a big thing for you this year. And the big word that I see written in the transmission of the sky that I look into when I look up my tunnel of light is justice. Justice. So you have justice coming. I know there's some injustices that have been plaguing you, and there is justice. Is that correct, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And is there something going on
Very
with
much so.
property or a house or something like that, please? Is there, or some belongings that were taken? Is there something having to do with someone passing and belongings that were taken or removed, please?
So my mother had transferred all of Dad's, the money that Dad put into the house. She'd had everything transferred into her name only. And she'd used every bit of Dad's savings and just put everything in her name. So, but I have spoken about it to authorities, and I just, at the moment, I'm feeling very alone.
It's going to be okay, Terry Ann. And
Very,
I have the energy of your dad around you, okay, your father. And he makes me feel as if you are sad, regretful that you weren't able to be there and do more for him. That's how you're feeling. Is that correct?
But I couldn't protect him like I wanted to.
Okay. And so he's bringing this to me, Terry Ann, because he wants you to know that it's okay. You didn't fail him. And he is at peace. And whatever unfolded is also part of a contract, a soul contract, that you couldn't possibly be privy to how the others, because I see more than one person, took over and held him, what I see, almost captive, and didn't give him the proper care and treatment that he needed. But he's at peace with that. So please know that. Do not beat yourself up over the fact that you couldn't get there, couldn't get to him, couldn't stop it. It was something that just had to be. It unfolded that way. And he doesn't want you to feel any regret or sorrow over this. He wants you to be at peace because he is at peace. And understand that...
And Sarah...
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, doll.
Could you say that again, please?
You're right, go ahead. With the justice, I just feel like the magistrate's just not listening. They're not... I was actually traumatised yesterday because the magistrate made actions too that I had mental problems with how I've put in the affidavits of all of the abuse that I've received and Dad's received and the foster children.
Yeah.
And it was re-traumatising because that's how the family have treated me consistently.
Well, the magistrate is being, the word I'm hearing is harsh.
Yeah.
And the harshness is, well, very similar to what you grew up with, right? Everyone was, well, not your father, but there were people around you who were very harsh. And you've been through a lot.
That's right.
And the magistrate is taking all the scenarios that you're painting and literally implying all of this could not happen to one single person, could not all have been happening under the guise of someone else being in charge, be it your mother or siblings around. So this is a bit far-fetched, says the magistrate, kind of according to my spirit guide. So you, Terry Ann, must be crazy. That's how you're feeling he's interpreting it.
That's how that... Yeah, yes. And not only that, they haven't even interviewed not one of the foster children that were abused.
Yeah.
And it's just devastating to think that I reported back in November 24 the abuse that she did to the foster children.
Yeah.
And none of those children have even been interviewed of the abuse that they received.
Right. Now, Terry Ann, there's one thing I want you to remember. We do not live in a world that is governed by man's justice. We live in a world that is governed by God's justice. Now, that doesn't sound accurate because we all have to live by the rules of mankind. But what oversees these rules, what oversees injustices, what has more authority than a court system is God's justice. So when you go to court, when you make your requests, when you pray for the foster children to have their ability to speak their truth and be heard and recognized for their abuse, when you take it upon yourself to be the warrior of justice for yourself and others, you ask that God's authority be the only authority acting here and now in your life, or here in this courtroom, or here with this magistrate. You ask God's authority to oversee everything.
Thank you. I will do that. Sarah, just one other question is
Yes.
that I'm going to apply for legal aid today.
Yes.
Do you feel that with my application that I will get that for a lawyer because I've done it all by myself so far?
Yeah, and you do need a lawyer because this is a very complicated case. Very complicated.
It is because it's got all Dad's abuse in it as well, and all Dad's neglect.
So you ask the universe to give you the person who is going to be the best mouthpiece for your justice, okay? For your dad's justice.
Thank you very much.
All right. And
Thank you very much.
pray that, and I want you to pray from the book of Psalms, Psalms 32, 34, and 27. 32, 34, and 27. And then you submit your application, and then we'll let God take care of the rest. Terry Ann, thank you for following us in Australia.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. We know
Thank
that you've
you
been
so
through a
very
lot.
much, Sarah.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye for now.
I'm very grateful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
We
darling.
appreciate you. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines. And if you're on Facebook and YouTube, then please pop your questions in the feed. Let us see what you've got going on in your lives. Let's answer some of those questions. But before we go to our Facebook and YouTube people, we are going to go to Broward County. I have Deshaun on the line. Deshaun, how are you doing today? Are you with us, Deshaun?
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, Deshaun. Good to make this connection with you. And when I look around you, challenge and change. This has not been the easiest of time. Yes, since the 2025 time, and I take you to August of 2025, coming into this year. Oh, you're feeling a little tied up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Deshaun, what is your question for us here tonight?
Yes, I would like to know what would be, because I have legal manners, like going to court, and I just had court, but they pushed it back like 4 months, like September or something like that. But I wanted to know how does it look for me in the spirit guide? How do it look for me within the next time period of me going to court?
Well, here's the best thing. The more they push it back, the better it becomes for you. The less severity of the outcome. Now, from what I know, it's not the easiest of cases for us to say, oh, you're going to just walk away and everything's going to be ducky, right? We know that there has to be some agreement, something that's going to have to come to light, because it got a little complicated there. This isn't the easiest of cases, correct?
Correct.
And you're kind of, sort of in the hot seat, as they say.
Yeah.
Yes. So we pray that for the most favorable outcome and for God's authority and God's mercy to be on you. So it's almost like a little slap on the wrist. Something simple. But every time it pushes back, that makes me feel like they maybe don't have all their ducks in a row. They don't have all their witnesses in place. Maybe some people aren't really being cooperating. So that all helps you prove your side of the case. And, as you know, all we need is, as they say, reasonable doubt. So that's what you're praying for, right? So I want you to focus on a positive outcome. Do not lose yourself in worry. And according to my guides, hey, you got the summer off. You get to go to work. You get to do what you got to do. And you just keep praying. And we know something will come of this. Again, I can't promise you you're going to get off scot-free. However, I do feel that it's not going to be as bad as it could be. So we want to pray for that option so that things can unfold perfectly for you. In a perfect world, you don't have to go to trial. That's in a perfect world. All right, so let's see what happens. Go ahead.
You said it wouldn't be okay to go to trial?
Well, you're rolling the dice given the storyline, which you know the storyline because you were there, I was not. So now you're going to leave it to a jury of your peers to decide their interpretation of what happened. You have to be really confident that they're going to see it through your lens. What led up to the whole unfolding. I'm not a lawyer.
Correct.
So I can't give you legal advice. So we're going to see, maybe your lawyer's going to say, hey, they don't have all their ducks in a row. We could use this as an opportunity to try to make a deal, right? So what could the deal be? What's easy for you to do, right? I know we don't want to have anything against us, but sometimes we gotta play the game. But if we go to trial, then we're going to know how we're going to pray to make it be the best possible outcome for you. But for now, it got postponed, so you're free. So I just want you to focus on your work and your family and building up everything and just trust the process. God's in charge, all right?
Will do.
All right. Thank you, Deshaun. We appreciate you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. I want to go to see my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Let's take a look and see who we've got on our Facebook and YouTube page. Let's see if we've got any questions here. On YouTube, we've got Grace Williams. Grace Williams says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Sarah. My question for you is, how do I know when my angels connect to me about my life in the future? I'm trying to move to Africa. Well, interestingly enough, your guides and angels will show you signs of, maybe you keep seeing something having to do with airplanes and taking a trip. Maybe the word Africa keeps coming up somewhere, not because you're looking at it, but somewhere out, right? Or Toto's song of Africa comes up, right? So there was a great song for Africa. So I want you to pay attention to your guides and angels and see where they bring up something to give you proof that it's the right move, right? Again, I always look for a sign. So if you have a guide, an angel, or a loved one on the other side, and maybe you associate them with a number, maybe that number will start showing up, much like my monologue when I was sharing with all of you that my client was seeing 444 and she saw this formation in the clouds, she saw a rainbow, and it was evident to her that it really, really could be her partner. And of course, because she got to talk to me, we got to clarify that for her. So I want you to pay attention to those synchronicities. And, you didn't put your birthday there, Grace. So with your birthday, I could tell you exactly if you were going to move and when. But when I look at the energy around the story that you're painting for us here on YouTube, and based on the information here, I am looking at the month of October starting to move things forward so that you could plan your life and future in Africa, right? But something has to happen between now and October to facilitate that. Perhaps you know what that is, but this is what I'm hearing from my guides and angels. Grace, be sure to put your birthday in the comments, and maybe we'll be able to give you a little more information and pop back to you. Let's go to another question on Facebook and YouTube before we go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. Hey, Sarah. We've got here Denise Kennedy, and Denise says she's feeling stuck. Denise, there's a lot of sticky stuckness going on. I got to tell you, like a lot of people are feeling like, what is happening? She's feeling stuck lately and needs some guidance from spirit. And, this year is about expansion, about change, about you opening up to new possibilities. It is really about you taking one thing and making one change. You can change one thing, and one thing will make a difference. Something, and it could even be something that's not directly impacting your life. You could go into your bedroom and say, I need to put the bed over here. I need to move the dresser here. I need to go in my living room. I need to put the couch in this corner instead of the corner it's in. And you need to move some things around in your life, in the physical, because what this does is reset the energy, reset your brain, and allow you to look at things through a different lens. This energy of like, oh, everything's not the same, because everything's not the same, everything changes for you. And then you begin to open up to new possibilities. Now, you won't be stuck for long. And based on the energy that I see as we approach the fall and the closer that we get to your birthday, I see that there's change coming for you. Now, if you are looking to change career, work, environment, this is also a time that we can take that into account and use the fall as a pivot time to create something new for yourself so that you can grow in your career. I feel like there's more growth you have to do, Denise Kennedy, and I feel like things aren't changing for you fast enough, and that is creating that sense of stagnation. Denise, thank you so much for your Facebook question. We appreciate you following the show, and we look forward to talking with you again. And from Denise on Facebook, we're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we are going to go talk to West Palm Beach's Heather. I've got Heather on the line. Heather, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to make this connection with you, Heather. The first thing they talk to me about is money, 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 money and work. Are you evaluating your work life and evaluating your money and looking to ways that you can improve that for yourself? Is that where your mindset is at this time? Because that's the energy that's around you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a year out, a little over that post-grad from college, and I've still been job searching and networking and doing everything I can. So I'm in consideration for something right now that's more of an internship, but not full-time yet. And then in terms of finances, I'm always trying to find new ways to be more financially literate and kind of get all my ducks in a row.
And you will. You will. You have to give yourself a little bit more grace. I know the job market can be a little tricky right now. I'm not going to call it difficult, not going to say anything like that, because then we're going to create that energy. But there's a little trick to it, right? And you have to really, there's that old adage of, well, you need experience. Well, how am I going to get experience if nobody gives me experience? So here you are, out of graduate school, and you're like, okay, but somebody give me a shot, give me a chance, right? So this is something that if we can get this internship to work, which I do feel there's an opportunity there for you that's looking good for you, if we can get this opportunity to work, then we are able to shift the consciousness of the experience and build connections through that internship that will then blossom into something that can be a little bit more fruitful financially. We need to take a step, change, as I said to Denise Kennedy on our Facebook, you in a similar place, we need to move something, make something change, get some work, get some job, create something new for yourself as another stream of income so that you can expose your creativity to the world and you can find something that you can do that could generate money. You need to get some things moving, get some money in your hands so that once we have money in our hands, we can release money and more money can come. This is the energy and this is what is very strong around you and is really pulsating, I should say. And the closer we get to your birthday, the more powerful this energy becomes. And then when I move you all the way through the entire 2027, it is meant to be a major career year. So you're kind of knocking on the doorway of what your soul says is your career patterning. And we need to put you in alignment for that. And that's what you're getting ready to do. So the slow up is not as uncomfortable as maybe it feels because it's getting you ready to be ready for what the universe has for you. I feel, and I don't know when this internship may be beginning, but I feel that as we approach August, you should be solidified in something, even if it's not the dream job or the best place to be. I feel you'll be solidified in something. When is this internship destined to start?
They told me around mid-June, which I know is quickly approaching, but so far I've only had one interview with them, and that was like a week ago already, so I emailed and they said I'm still in consideration and they'll let me know by the end of this week.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of in that in-between moment right now.
Oh, that limbo, yes. Well, what are you considering? What else do I need to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust the process and then see who else offers something else. Like, build the momentum for yourself here because, the market is tricky. And if you're still in consideration, I don't feel like they're on track with their deadline. So that's something else that's going on. So just, don't take it all personally. If you don't hear something from them on Friday, I have a few clients, but one in particular who's kind of going through that maddening process of, they call or they send an email and then you're like, okay, but where am I in the process? What's going on? So you have to kind of ride the wave, right? And remember, people are in vacation mode. Like I was explaining to someone, Mondays and Fridays just don't exist in the business world unless absolutely necessary, because people are trying to use their PTO time in the most profitable way and tack it on to their Monday or their Friday so they can get the most time off possible. And so people are not as functional, I should say.
Right. And I agree with what you were saying with like stressing out about the whole job situation. And I feel like lately I've been just kind of taking a little bit of a step back and stressing so much about it. Like I keep doing as I'm doing, but because I also have some health issues going on and I figured maybe this downtime is here for a reason and maybe I need to get surgery or tackle whatever I need to tackle first before my career steps forward.
And that is also an accurate summation of what's going on, right? Everything happens in the perfect time. And I'm not sure if you're going to need surgery. I'm not sure that that's the way we have to go. So make sure you get a lot of opinions as to what we're going to do next. And I do feel a lot of inflammation in the body as well. Do you have a lot of inflammation, Heather?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And are we also having digestive issues as well? I'm not a doctor, not diagnosing, but I'm just reading the energy.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm on this new medication that's supposed to help with my insulin resistance.
Okay.
So that has side effects.
Okay. Yeah, that can definitely cause a little discomfort in the stomach. So, but you're on track. Trust the process and adopt this phrase or statements. I'm always in the perfect place at the perfect time doing the perfect thing. I am always in the perfect place at the perfect time doing the perfect thing. Because Heather, when you're always in the perfect place at the perfect time doing the perfect thing, then we're always in perfect alignment with God's plan, the divine plan, and that's how everything works together for you. All right?
Okay.
Trust the process.
I will, Sarah.
All right.
Thank
Keep
you.
us posted. Thank you so much. All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
866-972-7247. And from West Palm Beach, I've got to go to Delaware. I've got Felicia on the line. Felicia, how are you tonight? How are you doing, Felicia, in Delaware? Good to make a connection with you.
Good to speak with you as well. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and well, round and round you go. Where you stop, nobody knows. But when I look at the energy, the first thing they show me is we've got to get order, balance here. I feel like you're feeling a little out of sorts, a little out of balance. Is that correct, Felicia?
Yeah.
Okay. And I also see movement around you too. So you're looking to make some changes at this time. Is that also something that's on your mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got pretty much a lot on my mind. My sister just passed away.
Oh, yes.
And there's a lot of concerns with that.
A lot of concerns with that, a lot of how things are going to be handled, and other people connected to your sister's passing as well here. Stay with me one second. I need to see something. So if I'm quiet for just a second, just know that I'm working with spirit at this moment here. And in your family, it's you, your sister, and there's someone else too, please?
There was always like a suspicion. Me and my sister, she's my half-sister.
Okay.
My dad's first marriage. And she passed away suddenly Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and she was in a domestic situation with her husband, and we don't know how that all panned out because she just passed away out of nowhere.
Yeah. Who's connected to the number 3, the month of March? What is that, please?
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Okay. So
definitely not.
All right,
Sure
they're showing me the number 3. So we're going to hold that there, okay? Because that's what I was working on with them.
Okay.
Domestic violence, and it's a little too soon for me to get her because she did just pass Saturday, right? So she hasn't really checked in to telepathically connect with me. She passed away suddenly, and it's almost like her heart just stopped. Is that correct? Or she had a stroke or something? Yes?
Yeah. Yes, she did. They said it was her heart.
Yeah. I'm drawing a heart here. That's what they're giving me, okay? So her heart just stopped, right? And but your sister, if I go back to her storyline here, since 2021, your sister's been under a lot of stress. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, she was highly stressed.
Yeah, and there was a lot of health battles that she was having as well because she hadn't been feeling well before this as well. Correct?
From what they told me.
Yeah.
I didn't get to hear that much.
Yeah.
I tried to, but I couldn't.
And when is your sister's birthday, please, Felicia?
What was that? What did you say, Sarah? I'm sorry.
Your sister's birthday is when, please?
November the 11th, 1974.
I see that her partner, her husband or ex-husband, was almost tried to keep her like a prisoner. Is that correct?
Yes. Could never get her out of the house.
Yeah. Removed her from everyone, separated her from everyone, didn't let her interact. She was very much walking on eggshells around him.
And he always treated her very badly. It was terrible.
Very badly. He made her feel like she had no value and that she was stupid. Actually, that's what I'm hearing from my guides. But I can assure you that she did, because I have the heart here. She did pass on something that caused her heart to stop. I don't know what they're looking into, but I feel like this was just something that was a unfortunate natural occurrence. So if you're asking if there's any foul play, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not an investigator, but I know what Spirit shows me. I'm not seeing anything related to that partner of hers. But I do know that he was a great source of stress and angst for your sister for a very long time.
It did. She was so stressful. She couldn't talk without crying.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate your help with that, Sarah, because it was so sudden.
Yes.
She was just such a person I looked up to. I mean, like, for this to happen, it was very devastating.
It is very
Someone so
devastating.
successful.
Yes. But know that she
took care of everybody.
She is in a place where she is in peace, and her energy will settle in, and then we'll be able to connect with her. But I do not feel that in the time of the passing, from what my guides are showing me, I do not feel that she suffered. I feel that this was a smooth transition for her. Her heart just stopped, and she didn't even know until she was suddenly on her journey to the other side. So just know that was a graceful way to exit, and, probably that was the easier way for her on a soul contract, to be in the journey of finding this higher vibration of peace and happiness. And, the universe helps us when we're in a tough situation. I know it's devastating for all of us here on Earth, but know that she made a smooth exit, and ideally in the months to come, we'll connect with her.
Thank you, Sarah. I so much appreciate that.
Yes. And I appreciate you calling and remembering the show. We're glad to be of service to you. We're going to take a minute now to hear from our sponsors, Felicia. Our condolences, and we look forward to speaking with you again. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back here on the True Oldie Station. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. Broadcasting from the H2 Ocean Studios. Your natural sea mineral-based healing product since 2001. Burns, cuts, dry eyes, oral care, hair care, reef-safe sun care, and even pet care. H2 Ocean has you covered. Online at h2ocean.com. That's h2ocean.com. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by SarahSpiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'm sure glad that I get to talk to you. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. And if you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, pop your question in the feed. We want to talk to you. And we are going to getting back to our Facebook and YouTube in just a bit. And by the way, if you're in West Palm Beach or somewhere here in South Florida, guess what? We've got a center for you to visit. The Expedito Enlightenment Center. It is a metaphysical center in West Palm. We've got all the goodies that are here to assist you on your spiritual journey. We've got sage, we've got cedar, we've got herbs, we've got oils, we've got candles, we've got crystals, we've got books, we've got tarot cards, we've got oracle cards. We have so much stuff. I sure would love to have you come visit us at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. And there you can find some of the greatest things that are designed to assist you on your spiritual journey. And let's not forget all of my handcrafted, my wonderful formulations of spiritual cleanses and sprays and oils and all sorts of things that I whip up in the manufacturing part of our center. So there's a lot that goes on there. In West Palm Beach, we make our own products. And then, of course, we have other products that we sell. And that's where I do my readings. That's where we teach our classes. That's where people come from all over to just feel the energy. Because we've got some really good energy there. We're going to go back to our phone lines, 866-972-7247. And we've got to go to Palm Beach Gardens. And I've got Danielle on the line. Danielle, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. I'm hanging in there. How are you?
I am good. Good to connect with you again.
Yes, me too.
And where shall we go from here? What is the question? How can I uplift you and enlighten you here on this journey?
Well, tell you the truth, I just came back. I had to go up north to move out of my home.
Home, yeah.
You know, this is part of this divorce
yes.
process.
I know. I have the word divorce right here on my paper. Yeah, okay.
And so that part was good that we sold, and my intent. Well, it was a two-part thing. I had to come up for a court mediation appearance type thing as well in person, as well as I had to move out my things, my daughter's things as well, out of the house, our personal belongings. So that was part of the whole process and point of me going. And of course, you know, the big question mark with me and everybody else that cares for me, of course, was where am I going to stay and how is that going to go? Because I ended up being in the house with my spouse, or, you know, soon to be. I mean, nobody else was there. So I took one of the girls' rooms. But I really needed to be there so I can go through things and collect things and, you know, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I rented a car. I mean, I have to be honest. Look, I spent time with him. You know, he rented the car. He actually took care of it. We did go into court. I mean, it wasn't the intention at first. That's why I rented the car. And if I needed to stay somewhere else, I did see a friend or two. They said I was welcome in their place.
Right.
But he, you know, we went together. It made sense to drive there. I wasn't comfortable. And it was okay. I mean, it was that part of it. You know, I had to accept it was uncomfortable, right? His attorney, my attorney across from him, trying to figure out, you know, what the mediator thinks is fair. And, you know, of course, he's been very
secretive.
Not secretive, deceptive. I mean, there's been so much for so many years. It's been over 2 decades, right? So here I am trying to make sense of the process of undoing things as well as understanding and being very uneasy and seeing the same person across from me in a different way.
Yes, of course.
That was never posed to me in the right way, but yet he still sort of holds on to his way or what he wants me to see and so forth. And I'm trying to just be on the low level with him because he's very, you know, excitable, this and that. And for myself and my own well-being and the purpose of being there, I needed to sort of have some kind of, you know, camaraderie or what have you with this whole process and being in that dwelling.
Yes.
And it was, for the most part, generally okay, but it's always like a roller coaster. And for me, I'm the one that I sit in truth, and my loyalty is when I give it, it is 110% there. And it stays there.
However,
so my
Danielle,
uneasy. I'm sorry, you can talk.
I understand. I understand. But hear this. You were loyal for as long as you could be loyal. You stood by someone who was not as transparent and upfront, particularly over the past 4 years. So, as we look at this relationship,
okay,
all right, and the disentanglement and his inability to be flexible, you have to stick with what is best for you and what you need. And I can tell you that the sooner we get this completed, the easier it is for you to move on. Okay? And he is the side you saw of him this time where you were together, and that's nice that we could go together, but it's still an uncomfortable experience, and it's still the disentangling of many, many years. But the law is the law. You're still entitled to what you're entitled to. Mediator has to work on that, and if you all don't agree, then we've got to go to the judge. It's a waste of time and money, but if that's what we have to do, that's what's going to happen, and you need to move forward. And I feel like he is trying to make it a little easier or softer so that he could get most of his way, but so that he could be done. He's ready for this to be done too. So you need to...
So when you said softer in the terms of being pliable for his sake and my sake to get this done with, or just for his... Oh, so it's a mutual thing.
Well, all right. Let's think about who we're talking about.
Well, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So he comes first. It's his world, and you're just living in it. So pay attention, right? It's his world.
I'm in supply.
But if we could come to an agreement where he thinks he won in some way, and you're like, I don't really care about that, so here, you take that. You're great, you won. He's just going to be the proud little person. It's just like, I won, right? For him, everything's about he needs to be right. It's a conquest. It's important. But for you, based on where you are in the journey of your soul, my darling, this year for you is so powerful to get your life in a better rhythm. It is literally laying out, once your birthday steps forward in August, we are opening up the pathway for you to have a better rhythm, a better flow, and as I hear it, a better sense of peace and a chance to rebuild. And you can live your way. Okay? You have not lived your way in so long, I don't think you know what your way is, which is fine. We're going to redesign Danielle. We're going to redesign our life, and things are going to move forward for you.
It's just so perplexing that, when I look at myself, I know myself, and yet I don't know how or what he sees. I mean, I see how other people perceive me and treat me, and I'm no different to anybody and him, yet he has such a different way of
perspective,
not even seeing me for what I really am, and appreciating what I have done or given.
All right.
And I even said to him at one point, I would just love some closure. I did try soft in a way when I was there. It was my last time I was going to be in that home, be in that place, ever. I was moving out. I showed him the empty closet. I mean, I thought something would resonate emotionally with
but
this,
he's disconnected,
life
honey.
change.
Danielle, you are a person of a heart, and he is not as emotionally connected and grounded and heartfelt as you are naturally. And I'm going to say this to you, and I need to say this to everybody who goes through a breakup, be it a major breakup of relationship, a divorce. Whenever someone needs to walk out the door, they need to feel justified. Doesn't need to make sense to the other person, But in order to walk out a door and break up with someone, they need to feel justified in their actions. They need to make the other person feel like they're the problem. And they also need to disconnect from themselves in a way that it's like a switch has been shut off, and they don't dare try to get the light back on, even if it's just for a moment of warmth, because they're afraid that the facade is going to come down and you're really going to see their own insecurities, their woundedness, their built up resentment, their inability to have communication and expression that should have happened years ago that built up to this. Then they would have to be accountable. This man cannot do that. As most people, when they're breaking
exactly
up,
what I never got.
that's what you didn't get. But that is what's went on with him. That's who he is. And this is what happens often, not all, but often when there's a breakup, this is what goes on, right? Somebody has to walk out the door and feel like, this is what I have to do, right? And they don't dare look back, because if they look back, they're going to get sucked back in, because yes, you have years together. Yes, we have memories together. Yes, we shared family and children, and we're going to just throw it all away because you want to have a new life, Mr. Wonderful? Well, yes, that's what he wants to do. So mazel tov for him.
Unbelievable.
And there's an opportunity for you, and I promise you there's someone else. I promise you you're not going to be alone. There is a whole new beginning for you. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment period, but you're going to feel so much better, because unbeknownst to you, whether you know it or not, according to my guides, you have been walking on eggshells and tippy-toeing around for a very long time. And so now you're going to be able to exhale and breathe. All right?
So I'm going to get this over with soon, I hope.
Yes, we're going to get it over with soon.
That's my prayer.
Yeah, that's our prayer, to get it done in mediation so we don't have to go through any other drama. Oh, my God, I just sounded so New York when I just said drama. Okay? We don't want any other drama,
you just said
darling.
that.
Okay?
Thank
drama.
you. Oh, my God. That's all it is.
I know. Because I'm talking to you,
You
and you
should have
sound
seen
like
the
you're from
ride
New
to the
York or New
airport. It
Jersey.
was the worst drama.
Yes, it was drama,
Oh, my
darling.
God.
So we're done with the drama, okay?
I mean, it's...
Yes. done. All right? And just move forward.
Done with drama.
Done with drama. We used to say on my Facebook live shows, done with drama was DWD. So I would just put up a finger and go, DWD. We're done with drama. Okay?
You know what?
Maybe
I'll make a shirt with the letters.
Make a shirt, honey. Done with drama.
And if I see him in mediation or a pin, DWD, nobody will know what it sounds.
Yes.
Actually, you want to hear something funny? Can I just tell you? DW is my original initials.
Oh, interesting.
And the D is him. We used to call each other D. He's David and I'm Danielle.
Well, guess what?
Anyway,
we could not have asked for my better analogy. Yes, indeed. Okay, so there you go. We are DWD, and you're done with David. Yay, go team. And we're going to move forward. I'm sorry you were in that uncomfortable moment, but just know that everything is happening for a reason. And I don't know, but I got to. This is just going to be the year of breakups. This is just going to be the year of people changing. This is just going to be a year of people stepping out of patterns. I promise you're not going to be alone in this storyline. So it's building.
That's good.
People who should have broken up years ago are going to break up. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to own tissues forever to dry up tears.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's emotional. It was very, very emotional. It's a lot of goodbyes into life changes that I just feel are just going to continue to go in that direction to give me that closure, right? To open up new doors.
Yeah. What was the
something
song?
Better.
I'll say goodbye to love. There are no tomorrows for this heart of mine. All right, so we're going to let go of the memories.
I love that you sang to me. Thank you for the serenade, Sarah.
You're welcome. All right, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. I've got to pop off and go to commercial.
Love you.
And get some more calls.
You're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing what you do.
My pleasure. All right, bye for now. Bye.
You have Bye. Thanks.
You're welcome. 866 866-972-7247. If you'd like to book a session with me, Sarah Spiritual, you can do that by phone, by video. You could pop into the Expedito Enlightenment Center. Go to SarahSpiritual.com. That's where you're going to find everything you need to know as to how to book a session and all the different sessions that I offer. Or just visit us at the Expedito Center in West Palm Beach. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we pop back up, we're going to go back to the phone lines. If you're on hold, don't hang up. If you haven't picked up the phone, there's still time. Join us at 866-972-7247. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Across the nation at 866-972-7247. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to pop your question in the feed. We definitely want to chat with you and see what's going on. We want to say hey to our friends in Facebook and YouTube, and we want to talk to everyone and see how we're doing and what your questions may be. And we're going to line up those questions. But before I get back to my friends on Facebook, I've got to go to Broward County. I have Mark on the line. Mark, how are you tonight? Are you with us, Mark?
Yes, hello, are you there?
I am here, Mark. Good to make a connection with you.
Yes, thank you.
Great to have this connection. How did you hear about the show?
Actually, I was going through Facebook, and I just happened upon your show.
Well, welcome to the show. Good to have you joining us here. And Mark, when I look at the energy here, you know, this is a really important time for you. Actually, they're talking about finances. They're talking about money. They're talking about the flow of abundance around you. They're also talking about, the word they're giving me is, as I write it down here on my paper, they're talking about opportunities. Are you looking at different opportunities to expand and create additional abundance for yourself at this time? Is that something you've been working on or thinking I want to work on in this very near future?
That is correct.
Yes. And in this opportunities here, I feel like there's a different avenue for you, a different way to branch out. I don't feel like it's the same of what we've been doing. I feel like there's an additional spigot that we want to open to allow the stream of revenue come. Are we looking to expand a current process, project, or work environment for ourselves at this time?
I have been expanding myself spiritually, and I want to grow that.
Great, great. But I also see money coming to you. So this seems to be from work and business as well. So be open to a new flow of abundance coming to you. And then as we develop ourselves spiritually, we will then become more aligned to the different streams of revenue that the universe can bring to you. We become more aligned to the serendipitous moments that Spirit can bring before you so that you can have your, the word I want to use is choice of what is it that you desire. Because when we focus on your desires and the visualization of what can be and the feeling of it as if it is here, then we will create a favorable outcome. When I look around you, the first energy that steps forward to you is the energy of Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is there to guide you, bring balance and in protection. But I also see a very strong spirit guide. You've been working on connecting with spirit guides, Mark. Is that something that you've been working on?
I have, yes.
Yes. And there's also an Indian spirit guide that has been with you for quite a long time. Have you made connection with that guide, please?
I have made that connection.
Yes.
That's correct.
And that Indian spirit guide is one of your messengers, a very strong messenger for you to assist you in this journey. I'm also seeing an energy that I don't always see around a lot of people, but is very relevant and present and prominent in the energy of the Expedito Enlightenment Center, Marcus. I'm seeing the energy of the violet flame of Saint Germain, transformation, transcendence, the resolution of karma, the process of learning many lessons in one lifetime for our ascension in this lifetime. Are you familiar with the violet flame of Saint Germain, please?
I am not.
Okay. So, we got some research for you to do there. Saint Germain, the I Am discourses, there's 20 volumes, 1 to 20. Very popular learning from trance mediums who were the channels of the I Am discourses that were channeled back in the 1930s, the 1940s, the 1950s, and a lot of them are very relevant to what's going on in the world right now, because I feel as if one of your attributes here is your ability to see and as well as your ability to feel, because you're very clairsentient. You can feel energy. Is that true, Mark?
That is very true.
Yes. What is the question that you have for us, Mark?
It really was just to see if my spirit guides think I'm going in the right direction. Am I spiritually? Am I getting the correct knowledge? Where should I go from here? I'm a little confused.
Okay.
I thought I was on the right path, and then just recently something set me back, and I'm not quite sure where to go.
A couple of things are being presented to me. So I feel they brought up the energy of Saint Germain because I feel it's going to resonate with you, and it is the right frequency vibration for you to embrace given the times. Saint Germain is the Ascended Master in charge of the Age of Aquarius, the ascension of humanity, and we are going through that through the placement of the planets and through the times that we are, unprecedented times for humanity. So this could be of great value for you. So perhaps that is what led you to us, so that you could get that information. I am also being led to talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza. You're familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza?
No, I'm not. Mm-mm.
Okay. Take, I think the book is called Superhuman. Look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is designed to help you realize your own potential, your true ability to govern your vibration and transcend beyond the human experience. And I'm also seeing that you have a desire to serve people, serve, assist, and heal people. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And did we do some work with a shaman, please?
I have.
Yes. Is there another level that we are supposed to get, another medicine bag or something we're supposed to be working on?
I'm not. This is where I'm confused, because I've gotten to a point where I don't know where to go.
Okay.
And I don't know what to seek out.
Yes.
And I don't know, people that I'm familiar with that are, I'm just going to use the word mentors, I don't think they can take me to where I want to go.
Okay.
And so spiritually, I feel like I'm at that stopping point.
For now, right? And when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So perhaps we get to be our own little teacher for this moment. And perhaps you heard earlier when I was saying we do teach at the center. It's also remote. For when our next group of classes get promoted, you can take a look at that. And I also do one-on-one mentoring and coaching. And I invite you to come to the center. We have a session. We can explore some of this in more specificity, so we can see where you're at and have Spirit kind of guide us as to what could come next for you in this journey. But I do see the energy of the shaman energy around you, and I do feel that has served you well. I do feel that the word I'm hearing is that you haven't put your foot upon the path of your true path yet. And I believe you're coming to know that. And all of this has been a great ride and great information. When I spin you back and I go back in time, my guides take me to 2019, before the pandemic started. A lovely little experience we all went through. Like, I feel like 2019 was the beginning of a turning point for you, and kind of pushed the quest to learn more, do more. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, you are spot on with the 2019.
Yeah. So this is the pivotal point, the turning point that has opened up your doors and connections. There's also connections for you to bridge personally in connections of loved ones on the other side. I feel that tonight's show about following synchronicities and messages, you're also learning to pay attention to those messages so that you know that you are not alone. So continue to do that. My guides are sharing with me that perhaps we can keep a bit of I don't want to make it a laborious experience, but I would love for you to jot down in a book, in a journal, some things that appear to you, you experience, some aha moments. And I want you to do this for a while, or they're taking me through the next 2 months, and notice the patterns. Notice what you're experiencing and what comes up, and the ideas that come, and definitely look into the violet flame of Saint Germain. I know Elizabeth Prophet did a lot of work, and that was powerful, but I really would love for you to go back to the actual books of the I Am Discourses. This is where I teach my apprentices who have gone on to do their spiritual journey and their spiritual path. And if it is your desire, your goal to serve humanity in a spiritual fashion, which I feel that you're being led to do, then when I fast forward you over these next 3 years, it'll be a very transformational time for you, and you'll be living in a whole different timeline of service for humanity as we approach coming into 28 into 29. 2028 and 2029. So if that is the end goal for you, this is where it's going to take you.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I trust I've been of service to you, and I do hope you pop into the Expedito Center and make an appointment. I'd love to connect with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah. I so appreciate it. I needed that little push. I needed that extra guidance.
You're welcome. God bless you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. I got to go to Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. I got a girl named Brandy. And we got Brandy in Texas, and we got to see what's going on in Texas. Brandy is a little Gemini, and I'm sure she's got some questions because it is Gemini season. For those of you who did not know that, we people who are born at the end of May and through most of June, we're having a party right about now. Brandy, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Good to connect with you, Brandy. Brandy, how did you find the show?
I actually been following you for about a year on Facebook.
Oh, great.
This is my first time actually calling in, though.
Well, great. This is good because when I look at where you are here, this is such a powerful time for you because this is a time for you to be creative and to break out of your routine. If you've been feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant, now's the time to make a move. Are you thinking of making changes in your life at this time?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And also some of these changes, I want to move into the energy of work and career. Are we looking at kind of transforming our career at this time?
Yeah, kind of. I'm taking on a lot more roles at work and assuming, different titles. And I'm trying to branch out and turn my job into a career.
Okay, great. And what I also see here is that there's additional learning or a certification or something that would be very advantageous to you. Were you thinking of studying something to help facilitate your taking on all these roles and give you more knowledge for this future career?
Yes, I've definitely thought about it. I'm not sure how I would fit that in my schedule, but I've definitely thought about it.
Okay. That is something that Spirit is advising that you do. It's, again, like you said, how are we going to fit that in? I'm sure you'll figure it out when the time is right. Brandy, what is your question for us tonight?
I kind of have a question. Well, I have a couple, but I know I probably don't have that much time. I definitely wanted to ask if there were changes coming with the work or potential love life.
So in your love life, you have a question about what comes next for you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got to go back, and I've got to go back to 2022. We were with somebody then. Is that correct, Brandy?
Yes.
Okay. And that seemed to have unraveled. Is that also true?
Yes, definitely.
And so we're still a little bit thrown off by this 2022 experience. It did not end well, and it did not sit well with you, and kind of feel like you got left holding the bag. Is that also true?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. So when I move in this energy and I look at where you are now, and my spirit guides kind of draw like a square, right? We're kind of going around in the square in our own little box, right? This year takes you out of the box, and it's a sweet spot. I love when they give me the sweet spot. The sweet spot for relationships as I move you from your birthday year, dun, 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 of June, all the way to next year, da, 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 all the way to December of next year. So between now and December of 2027, we've got a great window of time to meet and build relationship love. Now, if there's anybody that we're kind of connected to, interested in at this time, I wouldn't put all my eggs in that or those baskets. Why do we say that? Because I see someone coming and you haven't met him yet. So, I want you to be open to all possibilities. And I need you to notice your patterns, Brandy. What are your patterns?
Yes.
We are not picking from the right patch. I got to tell you. We are not shopping in the right stores. We are attracting boys that are boys. And we need a man to be a man. And so it is time for you to remind yourself that you are worthy of something better. You are worthy of someone who's going to be there for you. You are worthy of someone who's going to treat you with the respect that you deserve. And you haven't really met that person yet. We thought we had a couple of good fish on the hook, but that was a game. Now we're ready for the real thing. Does this make sense to you and resonate with you, Brandy?
Yes, completely.
Okay. So we want to do a little more healing. I want you to do some inner child work. I want you to talk to yourself and nurture yourself. I want you to take a look at life and notice where we repeated some patterns so that we don't attract the same type of person, right? Because they come on looking good, and then it's a train wreck. There is love coming. I want you to be open for that. It is a good year for love. It is a good year to build creativity to advance for yourself for work. And by 2028, you, Miss Brandy, are supposed to be sitting pretty.
Awesome. Thank you. I do have one more question. I'll kind of keep it short. I've been feeling like definitely tapping into my spiritual gifts and guidance. And I have a lot of past loved ones. I've lost a lot of people. So I'm not sure if this guidance is coming from them or if it's actually coming from like my spirit guides, the divine, like.
It's coming from your spirit guides and your angels, but that doesn't mean that your loved ones on the other side are not helping you, right? So female energy on the other side, mom's side of the family, there to help you. Male energy, paternal side stands above you. Brandy, almost like a father figure. Did we lose someone who is like a father figure to ourselves, please? Did we lose somebody like that?
Yeah. My dad.
Your dad.
Passed away in 2023. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I got dad here. Okay. Right there. See, so they're there. The gang's all here. But they're not always available to assist you in your spiritual connection. But invite them to be a part of the experience, and they will give you signs whenever possible. All right, Brandy, thank you so much. We're so glad that you were able to connect and get through it to us. And we look forward to talking to you again. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. Let's pull up a question on Facebook. Let's see who we have here on our Facebook page. Who do we have? We've got, we did Denise, so let's see if we've got somebody else on our Facebook page here that we want to talk to before we go back. All right, so Brandy Bryant Johnson. Brandy Bryant Johnson says, oh, I think we just talked to Brandy Bryant Johnson on the phone, actually, so that was cool. So we got Ariana Rose. Ariana Rose says, I have some unsettling events recently. Can my guides give me some positive news, please? You know, this year for you, unsettled, I'm not surprised, because this year is really meant to kind of put you in a new trajectory, and sometimes we have surprises and things that are a little uncomfortable. But I do feel that you will be all right. I don't want you to worry. I feel like this unsettling event is going to work itself out, and your guides are with you. They want you, Ariana Rose, to follow your heart and your creativity and be open to the flow of what is with you so that you can move forward. They're also talking to me about a cat, so I don't know if there's anything going on with your cat. They're just showing me a cat here, Ariana. But trust the process. Know that you are going to be all right. And when I look at where you are, expect things to really start to be clear and settle down as we take you into the month of July into August, the end of July into August. So the next 3 weeks could still feel a little unsettling, but there will be some positive outcomes for you. All right. Thank you so much, Ariana Rose, for your Facebook question. We're going to quickly take another commercial break before we go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. I've got to go to Miami, and I've got Kimberly on the line. Kimberly, how are you? Good to connect with you.
You hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Amazing. These readings have been, they're mind-blowing. Sarah, you're mind-blowing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Just
amazing. I felt like I had so many things in common with these last three callers. It's just, talk about synchronicity.
Talk about it. Yes, absolutely. So are you ready to kind of buckle up, Buttercup, because you got change coming. You ready for some change?
Gosh, yeah, I am. I am. I don't know how to do it. I feel very overwhelmed. I started with with a therapist to see if I could get some help, but I don't know if that's the only thing I need to do. There might be a lot more. So you can
a lot
tell me.
more because yeah, we've got some things for you to take a look at. So the first thing my guides tell me is, number one, you can do anything you set your mind to. Number two, my mentor friend Mary Kay Ash used to say you could eat an elephant a bite at a time. Number three, you need to rest your mind. You need to be still. You need to meditate because you are overstimulated. So you are in fight or flight. You are running around like a chicken without your head. Number four, if you let go of one thing, everything will change. It's like the game of Bejeweled. We move one little color and suddenly they all fall into place and start to line up. You got to change one thing. I don't know why you're afraid to change just one thing. Take one simple thing, make a change. Number five, understand that you are always connected and you need to trust your gut. Trust your gut. Somewhere along the line, recently, you hooked back into an old childhood pattern that you couldn't trust yourself, that you didn't know enough or you weren't enough. And so that pattern just got activated. And when I go back and I look at when did it get activated, when I really go back, I have to go back to, Jiminy Crickets, 2018. So I'm going to go back to 2018. I'm going to talk about movement and change for you then. I'm going to talk about people around you. Did we experience some difficulties in connections with people, relationships at that time, please, in 2018, Kimberly?
I'm trying to remember. It's funny, there's certain time periods of my life I remember very clearly, but for some reason, I don't know why I'm not remembering that right now. I have to really think about that.
All right. Think about that. All right. So that was the catalyst for where you are now. And when I look back and I now go back to 2024 into 5, but they really want to say 2025, beginning of 2025. You just became very uncertain, like very insecure, very, I don't know what to do. I don't trust myself. I don't feel like I'm grounded. I don't feel like I can make the right choice. If I don't make the right choice, I'm going to mess everything up. So now I'm afraid to make a choice. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, and I want to ask you this real quick. I battle and this is, I think, a lot of why I feel insecure, but I think it's a vicious cycle. So I've been battling for many, since I was a kid. A sleep disorder, a pain disorder, they call it fibromyalgia, but there's a circadian rhythm disorder where my body literally doesn't know day or night. I mean, it's just gotten so horrific, and so it's like I have no control of my body is how I feel.
Right.
I am, gonna get in with a sleep specialist and all that, but I do believe you in that this is, maybe obviously there's physical, things to it, but maybe a lot of it is based in some kind of a spiritual type of pain or something. It's like a vicious cycle, all of it together.
A spiritual cycle and also a emotional cycle, a wounded cycle, a little girl who doesn't feel good enough or worthy, take you back to, Jiminy Crickets, I need to take you back to 1976. Okay.
Wow. I was going to tell you that I felt like a lot of this was way back, as a kid.
Yeah. So somewhere we didn't feel like we fit in, we belonged, we were enough, and you couldn't really, and there was like a underlying anxiety. So somewhere you didn't feel safe. We're not criticizing people around you, but somewhere inside you as a being didn't feel safe in your environment to be the light being that you've come to be. And so you're having trouble blending in with how society is saying we're supposed to live our life, right? So your rhythm wouldn't be a problem if everybody didn't expect you to be up in the daytime and asleep at night, right? Where you want to be functioning at a different timeline, which is fine if you're just a spirit being, but you're in a density of a human body trying to blend in with society, trying to hold down a job and carry on life. And fibromyalgia, by the way, is very much linked to a lot of, to my spirit guides. It's also a very spiritual experience. It's also very much a spiritual affliction, as much as it is a health affliction. And also, I am not a doctor, but from what I've also learned, it's very much connected to a strain of a virus that is linked to the Epstein-Barr virus, if you follow the teachings of the medical medium. So there's a lot going on. And when I look at viruses, I see them as entities. So I don't just see them as a germ, I see them as an entity, and they become an attachment. And so they begin to attach and feed off of you vampiristically, draining your strength, right? And so this creates that inflammation, those bursts of, I don't know if we're getting some kind of like skin problems or rash issues, stomach issues, pain, aches and joints, almost like you're arthritic, like you're an old lady, but you're not an old lady. So this is where we're at. So there's a lot to do. We want to explore it emotionally, want to explore it spiritually. I would love to do a soul integration with you, Kimberly, and go back into the past and talk to your little girl and integrate her with the help of Theo, the consortium of 12 archangels, who is channeled through Sheila Gillette. Sheila Gillette and Theo assisted Esther Hicks in learning how to channel Abraham for the law of attraction. I was blessed to study with Sheila and Theo, and this is the work of your integration, a soul integration. So take a look on my website. There's a little snippet of information next to it, a description that is actually taken live from one of my past radio shows. I think that would give you some valuable information, and we can explore the spiritual, emotional, as well as some of the bizarre entities as well connected to you. I hope that I've been of some service to you tonight. We are getting ready to end the show.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. I definitely will look at your website, and God bless you for everything that you do for so many people.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. And may Archangel Raphael bring you healing and Archangel Michael surround you. And so it is spoken, so it is. Good night. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Well, we are coming to a close of another show. I don't even remember what show number it was, but, we're just trucking on. And we are really getting ready to celebrate 17 years here live on radio, so we'll be looking forward to that. Thanks, everyone who celebrated my birthday show last week. And we're looking forward to connecting with you next Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m., right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, here on the True Oldies station. If you want to learn more about me, Sarah Spiritual, go to SarahSpiritual.com or pop into the Expedito Center in West Palm Beach. Until next week, bye for now. I am Sarah Spiritual.
That shines down upon me, and there's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach.